Let me ask you a follow-up. In terms of new assets, what can a fan expect to see in the future? I mean, you referenced jersey patches, which aren't there today, but you seem to be very confident that they're going to be here tomorrow. What about more international games, more commercials during the broadcast, higher ticket sales for championship games, end zone logo signage? Like, how
Yeah.
far are we going to go once this door is cracked open a little bit with private capital expecting a high rate of return? What level of commercialization and monetization do you think that fans are going to see?
Yeah, I would say everything you just said and then some. In fact, I would look around the world at best practices or things you've seen in international leagues or the pro sports leagues in the US and say they have to come to college athletics. Revenue is not a dirty word when we're serving the overall mission. So just because we're a not for profit doesn't mean that there isn't a benefit to optimizing that revenue. It can end up serving the mission of the university. We see every day the unbelievable things and transformations for our clients that can take place when they're successful in athletics. We all know there's a demographic cliff coming, right, on enrollment, and there's a general sentiment and trend toward less people going to college and feeling they need a four-year degree, especially young men. So these are businesses, these universities are businesses, right, that have some very serious headwinds, and not all are going to thrive or even survive. I'm not talking about Big Ten universities, but some of these smaller regional universities. They're not all going to make it. So yeah, I would say anything that's not nailed down is eventually going to be sold, because that's what happens in the pro sports world, because your neighbor's going to do it and your competition's going to do it. So to add to what you just said, picture some of the digital applications of what can be possible. And college athletics is pretty far behind on digital stuff. In the pro sports world, if you have a critical mass of people coming to your venues, you build a mixed use real estate development around that. It is a highly profitable investment to take advantage of the critical mass of people that are coming there. It's really good for the fan experience. It helps with egress and regress and tailgating and all that stuff, but it's profitable. You could build dorms, condos, restaurants, bars all around in what are now usually just parking lots or just fields at a lot of these universities. So the real estate play is tremendous. Commercialization, ticket prices are probably too low. Stadiums are probably too big. There's probably too few, not probably, there's almost certainly too few premium areas and experiences. Look around the world, see that stuff. Oh, mid-season competition, made for TV events, right? These multiple team events. Look at think of the work that we've done with the leagues, Charles, right? On why wouldn't you have a mid-season tournament? Why wouldn't you have all-star games? Why wouldn't you break up? Why wouldn't you turn recruiting into a spectacle? Why not have your spring games be something that are meaningful? All of these things are revenue opportunities. I'll give some credit to Brett Yormark at the Big 12. He's thrown out a lot of ideas. Some of them have been held back or delayed, but pretty much everything Brett Yormark has said about these innovative revenue generating ideas, courtside seats at the championship game, playing games in Mexico, turning their draft sessions into sort of a combine type event. These are all winners. I can remember when we did the research for the NFL on the draft and trying to make it a primetime thing and make it an event. It was one of those no duh moments where it was like the feedback was it was more not can this be a major event? It was what is taking you so long? So yeah, all of that is there on the table and more. I don't want to bore everyone listening with all the things that could happen, but yeah, I guess that's why I'm stuck and I keep conflicting myself here in this conversation, because everywhere I look, I see opportunities. The question is, will they use the money that way?